Hey heathens, got another deconversion story for you, and this one comes from HexDemon666, a 16-year-old hardcore atheist, as it was described to me. I was born and raised a Roman Catholic and followed the religion for most of my life. My parents were never too religious, unless push come to shove or politics were involved. However, I was still forced to go to Sunday school and other religious schoolings such as that. I always hated it and hated church, despite me still actually believing in God. I was what you might call a Sunday Christian, as in someone who's only a Christian on Sunday, but never any other day of the week, basically like my parents were. As I got older, I started having problems with high school. I had to deal with depression and stupid and overly strict parents, among other things. It was at this point in my life, when I was about 13, when I started to become a much stronger person and started realizing that whether or not there is a God, He obviously doesn't care and He's not going to help me. In this period, I became agnostic and remained one for quite some time, but not officially declaring myself an atheist until I was about 15. My parents and everyone I knew, save my sister, whom I'm very close with, were still under the impression that I was a Christian. It didn't help when I started reading the Bible to gain a much better understanding of the religion I had despised so much, because this only led my parents to believe even more that I was a practicing Christian. Interesting problem. It wasn't until just recently being the last half a year or so, when the topic of me being confirmed came up, that I realized that fooling them into thinking I was still a believer was just a bad idea. I was very adamant in my plight against confirmation, but I was always too scared to say it was because I didn't believe. For the longest time, I said it was because I just didn't want to go through all the classes that I had to. Finally, I actually exploded on my mom and went off on a huge rant about how I don't believe in God, how I hate Christianity, and that I will not get confirmed because it's my beliefs that mattered, not hers. Both her and my dad disagreed and required me to get confirmed. It was then when I started to bring up all the nasty stuff in the Bible and my spite towards the religion and Christians in general. You know, I usually don't hate Christians, but it pissed my parents off, so it was worth it. And I insulted it when I could. A few days before confirmation, I told my mom I didn't want to get confirmed, and she had the audacity to pull the "you're not 18 yet" card on me. Needless to say, I got confirmed, and it was the first time in my life where I accomplished something so large and so significant where I actually felt like a worse person. Like I had lied to myself, despite the fact that it was truly out of my control. But hey, I got a killer amp out of it. Crate GT212, nice. Enough about that, though. I feel very strongly in my atheism, stronger than ever, thanks to the videos by people such as yourself. Thank you. Brett King, Goat, Rabbit 8, Web Snarf, and many others, which I have regrettably left unmentioned. Pretty much everyone I've subscribed to. I constantly debate Christians, and I actually carry a Bible around with me at school. Next year I'll be taking humanities, and I expect to get into a plethora of religious debates with my classmates. Well, that's it. That's my story. I'd just like to say thank you, King Heathen, for making so many excellent videos. You're most welcome. As well as taking the time to read this. And if you make a video out of this, I'll also thank you in advance for that. If not, no hard feelings. If this doesn't make it into a video, then I want to take this time to probably thank all the atheists on YouTube for making the great videos. You guys keep doing what you're doing. Well, I can't not make that into a video. What, are you kidding me? Wow. Yeah, this is the third one that I've gotten that talked about how basically they were didn't believe, and parents basically forced them through it and just push them further away. Parents, if you want your kids to be Christians, this kind of pressure doesn't work. Of course, leave them alone is just going to make them atheists anyway, too. So I guess you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Hey, you got a killer amp out of it. I'm with you on that one. Too much stuff to get into. I'll let the comment section take over from there. That's good story, man. Thanks for sending that to me.